When I was 18, with scars across my wrists, scars I myself had put there, I heard a pastor tell a whole congregation that he had once lived next to a loony bin. I'd looked at the floor when everyone had sat there and laughed. They didn't know how I'd left my only mama behind locked doors of psychiatric wards more than a few times. I'd let the blood drain from my face when I wanted to stand up and reach through all this fracturing fear and say, it's not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. Sitting there in a church full of folks laughing at brokenness, keeping their aloof distance from brokenness, I wanted to stand up and say, when the church isn't for the suffering and broken, then the church isn't for Christ. Because Jesus, with his pierced side, is always on the side of the broken. Jesus always moves into the places that are moved with grief. Jesus always seeks out where suffering is. That's where Jesus stays. The wound in his side proves that Jesus is always on the side of the suffering, the wounded, the busted, the broken. I wanted them to talk about that. The real Jesus turns to our denials and dismissals, our questioning of the victim, our questions of why this sickness, why this brokenness, why this darkness, and says there in the book of John, you're asking the wrong question. You're looking for someone to blame. There is no such cause and effect here. This happened so the power of God could be seen in him. But I know that before we as a church can do anything, I, as the church, must do something. Despite my fear and my ongoing struggle with anxiety, I must trust Jesus to redeem the broken in me. Trust that his good brokenness, and he was broken for good, will somehow heal all the bad.